Greetings YouTube, Jables here, coming at you with a new deck profile of my updated UA deck. Decided to go back to an old favorite. I put this deck aside, waiting for the new support because the last support was very lackluster. I liked it and all, but it just wasn't what the deck needed. I tried it out and it didn't perform as well. So I'm waiting for the new support whenever we get it in the next set. But I thought I'd go ahead and just break it out, try out a new build for this format. So this is what I came up with. This is always one of my favorite decks. I loved playing this. It's a very good deck when you get rolling. And with this format with Shaddolls making a comeback, this deck is very good as well because this deck has a very good match against Shaddolls. And I will get into that. So we'll get into this. Still got the 3 midfielder, 3 Mighty Slugger. With Mighty Slugger versus Shaddolls, he pretty much shuts them down because they will no Shaddol will get their flip effects. The fusions will not get their effects when they hit grave to add the fusion spells back. So it just kind of shuts them down. It's very hard to deal with this because they have to respond to the summon. And right now, battle traps are making a big comeback. So getting this guy off, summoning him, getting him on field, and swinging is very good right now because most likely back row is going to be Mirror Forces, Deep Prisons, such like that. And this deck doesn't care about Compulse because they like to bounce each other back. Anyway, 2 Perfect Ace. Before I was running 3, but we do have some new guys. But Perfect Ace is still really good. We got 2 Blockbacker. I really like this guy. Out of the new support, this is my favorite one. This guy creates a very strong field if you can protect him. Getting this guy out with Perfect Ace is very strong. Whenever your opponent with special summon a monster, you can change its battle position and negate its effects. That makes it very difficult for them to get over your field with this guy, and it's very strong. Run the 1 Playmaker. He's all right. I don't want to run him like multiples unless I do like a trade-in build. Maybe I'm not sure on that though, but for now just 1. He's still pretty good. He can power up your Mighty Slugger. And 26 is not bad, especially for a base summon. Under the field spell, he'll go to 31, I believe, just for the first time summoning him. But that's the UA lineup. I don't run the level 6 goalkeeper. Just like he's alright. I like his defense is really good, 2800, but he just I don't know. I just had to make room for other things. Next for a small engine, we got 2 Spell Canceller, or not Spell Canceller, 2 Spell Strikers, and 2 TG Strikers. These 2 cards enable me to use Beast and Barkion. So that's very strong. Beast is very strong against the meta right now. Plus, if you just happen to draw them, both of these can be special summoned, so you can tribute summon for your Mighty Slugger or Perfect Ace. So they're not dead like that, and they're both rota targets, so that's one thing this deck was lacking was rota targets because you only had 3 targets, so a lot of times I only ran 2 rotas. With all these being rota targets, 3 is very optimal now. You can run 3 rotas just fine. And it can give you, like, this guy is instantly live when you rota him out. And this is a very spell-heavy deck, so he's going to be able to special summon, and he can attack directly too. So sometimes it's almost like a cowboy because he's 600 attack. So if you get your opponent down and you just need an extra damage, you can poke direct for 600 with him. But these guys are just seeing how they do. I haven't tested the deck out yet, but in theory it seems pretty good. I'm just gonna see how it works. Just the ability to go into Beast and Barkion seems pretty good. And then the last 2 monsters, I'm trying out 2 main deck Fossil Dynas, just because Fossil Dynas just takes the place of, you know, Vanity's Emptiness, and he's just a he can't be MSD. Spells, we got the 3 Stadium, of course. 3 Power Jersey, the best spell in the deck. 1 Magnum Shield. Magnum Shield's a very good spell because if you equip it to Perfect Ace, he becomes a 4000 attack monster. And a lot of these guys have a very good attack and defense. If you equip it to Playmaker, he becomes a 4600 attacker. And if you have that and Power Jersey, that's pretty much an OTK. Just with those, it's pretty crazy. And then he goes up to a metric butt ton of attack. I'm not even going to do that math. So I really like Magnum Shield. Depending on how it tests, I might run it at maybe 2. I wouldn't run it any more than 2, just seeing how it goes. Next, the second best spell in the deck is 3 Reasoning. Reasoning is absolutely amazing because you do run a good amount of monsters and monster levels in this deck. So most of the time, if your opponent knows what you're playing or knows how the deck runs, they will call 5 because they don't want you getting out a Mighty Slugger. But in that case, you can still get out Playmaker, and he still, if you had the fill spell out, he'll go to 3100, which is still very nice. Then we got the 3 Rotas. Like I said, now we have multiple Rota targets, so 3 is a good number. 1 Feast of the Wild. I went back to running this just because, just because I just wanted to try it out now. See how it does now. Don't want to run it any more than 1 because if you draw early game, it's very dead. 1 Soul Charge. If your board gets cleared somehow, just bring back all your guys. Do it again. That's it for the spells. On to traps. 3 Fiend's Chain. We have very minimal traps. 2 Mirror Force. 2 Calls. Same logic as Soul Charge. If your Mighty Sluggers die, or if you pitch them for Perfect Ace, you can just bring them back with Call the Haunted. And last, we got the 1 Vanities. I think Vanities will become like a 1-of staple now, since it's at 1. And every deck can just, you know, they can afford running 1, even if you special summon a lot. So trying out the 1, see how it does. But yeah, I did take out the Storm Force. The Storm Force were very good, but in the Reasoning build, it's not as good. I like Reasoning a lot better. It's more riskier, but it can be a lot more powerful. In certain ways, with the Storm Force, I like running Vanity's Fiend, but I don't want to run Vanity's Fiend while I'm running Reasoning because it will get milled, and that's not good. Extra deck, you really don't need an extra deck with this deck, but the main ones in my build anyway is Beast, Barkion, and Invocasaurus is like the only rank 5 I'll ever go into. Other than that, you just run whatever. This is like all the extra deck I have. But yeah, guys, that's the deck. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Just see how this is untested. I'll be taking it to locals this week just to see how it does. Getting back into the UA until the new set drops. I hope this new stuff is really good. We need another rank 4 Konami, or another level 4. We need another normal summon guy, and just to make this deck a lot faster. But anyway, thanks for watching, YouTube. This is Jables signing out.